What's up guys, today I've got a Pokemon Sun and Moon Wi-Fi battle for you guys, and this is an OU match versus my buddy Adam, and I'm using a fun Salazzle Sun team which I made, and you guys will be seeing some lesser used Pokemon like Victory Bell, Charcoal and Salazzle put in some work. So let's get into this. I'm gonna lead off with my Sableye as he's gonna lead off with his Tapu Koko. Even though he does have two fairy types, the reason why I led off with my Sableye is because I want to get the Mega Evolution turn 1 so that I can get the boosted defenses of Mega Sableye, and this thing is my main way of dealing with his Mamoswine, and I also get the ability Magic Bounce which will discourage him from going for Stealth Rock. So I'm just gonna go for the Protect as he's gonna go for the Dazzling Gleam, and even though I know he's definitely gonna go for the U-turn or Volt Switch, I'm still gonna make the switch and go into my Alolan Muk just to be safe because I don't want to play it risky this early on in the game. So he's gonna go for the U-turn and bring in his Mamoswine as because my Sableye has Mega Evolved, I can just go into that thing as he's gonna go for the Earthquake, and as you guys are gonna see, my Mega Sableye is gonna eat up this EQ quite easily, and he's gonna fear me to go for the Will-O-Wisp or Foul Play, so that's why he's gonna switch out and go into his Tapu Fini, and I'm gonna just go for Recover so that I can get back up to full HP because I do need this thing for his Mamoswine, and in case his Mamoswine crits me or something, I need to be at full health. So I'm back at full health, and I'm just gonna go for Protect just to see what he does, as he's actually gonna make a double switch into his Mamoswine, expecting me to go into my Alolan Muk, and I definitely know that now he's gonna go back into his Tapu Fini, so I'm gonna make a double switch of my own and go into my Muk to catch his Tapu Fini as I am successful, and now something is gonna lose its item, so I'm gonna go right for the knockoff as he's gonna go into his Magearna, and I'm gonna knock off this thing's Assault Vest, which is amazing for my Victory Bell. You guys will see what I'm talking about later in the game. So I'm gonna switch out and go into my Charcoal because I don't want my Muk getting weakened, because Muk is my way of dealing with his Tapu Koko, Tapu Fini and Greninja. So I'm gonna go into my Charcoal as he's gonna go for the Flash Cannon. It is gonna do a bit, and now my Charcoal is at a point where a Flare Cannon will not be able to take me out, and neither can HP Ground, so he's gonna go for the Volt Switch and switch out because any move from my Charcoal will kill that Magearna because it has lost his Assault Vest. So he's gonna go into his Tapu Fini as I'm gonna predict that and go for the Solar Beam in the Sun, and that is gonna do a lot of damage to this Tapu Fini considering Tapu Fini is a pretty bulky Pokemon and this Charcoal doesn't really have much special attack investment. So I definitely do not want to stay in and lose my Weather Setter, so I'm just gonna go into my Victory Bell because Sun is up. I can easily eat up a Water type move, and I do resist his Moonblast. He's actually gonna go for the Taunt, forgetting that Charcoal does not get Stealth Rocks pre-bank. So now he's gonna switch out and go into his Magearna. Because I knocked off this thing's Assault Vest, I do not have to predict this thing and go for the Weather Ball. I can just go for the Solar Beam. Otherwise, Weather Ball is a 2-hit KO on Assault Vest Magearna. So now I can just go for the Weather Ball, and it is gonna become a base 100 Fire type move in the Sun, and because of Sun it is gonna get the stat boost pretty much, and this Magearna is gonna go down. So Victory Bell is gonna devour its first victim, and now he's gonna go into his Mamoswine. Ice Shard from this thing is definitely gonna kill me, so that's why I'm gonna switch out and go into my Mega Sableye as Adam is gonna make a really nice play and predict my Sableye and make a double switch and go into his Tapu Koko. Now I would have gone for the Protect to see what he does, but because I'm trying to mix my plays, I'm gonna hard switch into my Alolan Muk expecting him to attack me. I do not want him to go for the U-turn or Volt Switch so that he can get the momentum, and I am correct as he's gonna go for the Thunderbolt, and I can safely go for the Poison Jab because his Magearna is dead, so I can just go for this, and I do have the nice 30% chance of poisoning something with Poison Jab, and I also have Poison Touch. He's actually gonna go into his Tapu Fini expecting me to go for the knockoff, predicting his Mamoswine, but like I said, I just went for the Poison Jab, and now he's gonna withdraw and go into his Buzzwole, and now I'm gonna go for the knockoff because I thought he might go into his Mamoswine now. Now usually Buzzwole can just set up on Alolan Muk, but not on my Muk because this is a Sun team and I have Fire Blast on his Muk. So I'm gonna go for it, but unfortunately I'm gonna miss. If that hit, this Buzzwole would have taken like 50 to 60%, and I'm gonna go into my Charcoal now because I do not want my Muk getting weakened, as once again he's gonna make a nice play and double switch and go into his Mamoswine, predicting me to go into my Charcoal, and once again he's gonna pull a very nice double switch into his Buzzwole, expecting me to go into my Mega Sableye because he can easily go for substitute on my Sableye, and I cannot break this thing substitute with my foul play. So he got the reward by making those series of aggressive double switches. I'm gonna go into my Mamoswine as he's gonna set up a substitute, as I'm just gonna go for the freeze dry to break this thing substitute. I have freeze dry for opposing rain teams so that I can just OHKO Pelipper and OHKO Kingdra. So he's gonna go for the focus punch and bring me down to my focus sash, as next turn I can just go for my Stealth Rocks because Adam has been making so many aggressive double switches. So Stealth Rocks are gonna punish those switches, and he can just take me out with a poison jab. Because sun is up, I can just go into my Victory Bell. So my Mamoswine is gonna go down, and like I said, I can just go into my Victory Bell. The Beast Boost does not matter because my Victory Bell can outspeed his entire team under sun. So I'm gonna go right for the Sludge Bomb as he's gonna go for the Focus Punch, I guess expecting me to choke and go for Sleep Powder or something. So I'm just gonna go for the Sludge Bomb as it's just gonna take out this Buzzwole, and he's gonna bring that Mamoswine once again and scare me out with the Ice Shard. Ice Shard would just knock out my Victory Bell. So I'm gonna play it safe and go into my Mega Sableye, as the Stealth Rocks have broken this thing's Focus Sash, and this time he's not gonna make the double switch, he's just gonna go for the Ice Shard. Now Adam has been making a lot of aggressive switches, and it's this time I make my own aggressive switches. So I'm gonna predict his Tapu Fini and make a double switch and go into my Salazzle, as he's gonna go into his Tapu Fini, and I'm gonna pull a double into my Salazzle, and nothing on his team can switch into his Sludge Wave. If he goes into his Mamoswine, that thing will get 2-hit KO'd because I'm Life Orb. So I can just go for the Sludge Wave and knock out this Tapu Fini, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. So down goes his Tapu Fini, and now he's gonna bring in his Tapu Koko. Salazzle is just so frail that any kind of attack will just knock out this Salazzle. So I don't want this Tapu Koko killing my Salazzle. So I'm gonna sack my Charcoal and get up the Sun for the final time, and this is gonna be the Sun of Victory, as you guys will see. So he's gonna go for the Hidden Power Ground to take out my Charcoal, and I can just bring in my Victory Bell now, and nothing on his team can outspeed me under the sun. So I can just go into my Victory Bell and click Solar Beam, and something is gonna drop, and he's gonna decide to sack his Greninja because Greninja really does not do anything versus my team because I have Sun Up and I have an Alolan Muck. So I'm gonna go for the Solar Beam, and that is easily gonna take out this Greninja. And once again he's gonna bring that Mamoswine, which has been stopping my Victory Bell from sweeping his entire team. And Adam has been making so many aggressive double switches in this match that I know he's definitely gonna double into his Tapu Koko, expecting me to go into my Sableye because he's so far back in the game. So I'm gonna predict his double switch and go right for the Solar Beam, and I am gonna catch his Tapu Koko on the double and just knock out this thing. So he only has one Pokemon left on his team, and that is that Mamoswine, and he can just go into this thing and finally kill my Victory Bell. Victory Bell actually got 5 kills in this match, which is actually insane. So he's gonna go for the Ice Shard and take out my Victory Bell, as I can go into my Salazzle and finish off this game with a Fire Blast in the sun. So that was the game. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this battle. If you did, make sure to leave a like, and with that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.